Have you ever wondered why Mario 64 is filled with all sorts of anomalies that sets it apart from other 3D Mario games? I did, many times as a kid. Throughout my years of revisiting this game, there are numerous aspects of the game that doesn't make any sense even from Mario standards. Now, obviously, this game is supposed to be wacky and nonsensical, in that it's just a game. But that's a cop-out answer. For that reason, I have listed 5 things that confuse me about Mario 64 that does little to explain why these are the case. The first question I had is, how in the world does Mario breathe when his head is completely submerged in water, but his feet are above water? Yet it still counts as him staying above water? Even when you continually hold his head downwards, he will never lose health, which is sort of fascinating. I know it has to do with this model in the game and stuff, but I always found it funny that his shoes allow him to breathe. Maybe Mario is secretly holding his breath for a very long time, and is kept hidden from us. It's a definite possibility. The second question I had was, why and how does Fly Guy spit fire from his mouth? Fly Guy in other Mario games had never done anything like that before, and are generally known for carrying items, weapons, and serving as obstacles in Yoshi games, and playable in spin-off titles. This makes me wonder if Fly Guy took a couple of magic classes in his free time while waiting for Mario to arrive. What is hidden behind that mask exactly that is able to conjure up literal fire through his mouth? So many questions and so few answers. In any case, it's pretty impressive, and wish he does it more often in other games. The third question I had was, why are the boos in this game so weak? Boos are notorious for being super hard to kill in the 2D Mario games, as the only way to actually kill them are using Starmen, Koopa Shells, and maybe the Tanuki Stone transformation, but these are pretty difficult to obtain, and are not always readily available to use against boos. However, they die after being hit once and disappear forever. Granted, Big Boo does say Mario can't actually kill boos, because they're already dead, but I think he's just trying to scare Mario a little. And it's not just in Mario 64/DS2, the boos die after being punched and kicked in Mario Party 1's Running of the Bull minigame, where you had to fight them off. You know, for being supernatural entities capable of possessing people to do their bidding, they sure are fragile if they're rattled after being punched a single time. The fourth question I had was, why is there a sign on the second floor of the castle that tells the residents to walk in the hallways? It seems like an arbitrary thing to include in the game, considering the signs usually inform the player with helpful tips and advice. Did the team add this to match the castle atmosphere because Peach seems like the type to actually put this up in the halls to prevent people from getting hurt? Back then, I actually thought this was a hint to get a secret star, and expected Toad to reward me one for being a law-abiding citizen, and was disappointed he didn't actually give me one. Still, it does seem very random, but sort of fitting. The last question I had is, what's up with the giant slide inside Tall Tall Mountain? Did Ukiki make this with the other monkeys to have fun sliding around above an ominous black void of death? Like, what is the purpose of this weird slide with floating stars and moons? Maybe it was built as a shrine to worship deities, and sacrifice people as they saw fit to please them. The mountain people would lure them up to the top of the mountain and be dragged into the painting, transporting it inside. That will explain why it blends in well with the mountain's textures, to stay hidden. In any case, it is pretty bizarre. All in all, Mario 64 is a pretty weird but fun and memorable game that has stood against the test of time, and is still relevant as ever, with tons of mods and ROM hacks being made to this day for this game. Coming up with questions regarding the strangeness of the game and making observations part of the fun. I don't think Mario 64 will go anywhere anytime soon, and I'm all for it. With all that being said, thank you for watching. Do you agree with my questions? And please like and subscribe for more videos like these if you want to.